Hey YouTube, Survival Every Day. I want to do a really quick video on something that I got, and I wanted to kind of share it with you guys. The state I live in, have banned assault rifles, and so what I had done, I made sure I got lots of them prior to the ban, and so they're all grandfathered in. And also what I did, and I would advise this, and this is probably why there was such a shortage on them when I try to get them, are lower receivers. And I have bought a ton of these lower receivers. And I did two types actually. I did one that's an FFL item, and then also I did some that are the what's called 80% receivers. So that is what this video is all about. Not about the 80% receivers, but this particular one that I got. And I wanted to share it with you because I wanted to help you and have you steer away from this particular type of receiver. I have a few more that are aluminum. That are the 80%ers, which, and if you're not familiar with the 80%, what it means is that this is not an FFL item. It's not considered a firearm because the trigger group has not been milled out. And you can see the comparison here. Everything else is done on it. I'm sorry. Everything else is done except for the fire safety select hole and the trigger and the two pins that you have here for your trigger and firing. If I can speak right, the hammer, excuse me. So you have your hammer and your trigger hole that's not drilled out. So everything else is drilled out. So anyway, so real quick, here's the thing about this particular lower. Most of them, there's three types. There's ones made out of the 70-75 aluminum, and it's forged. There's other ones made out of aluminum that are machined, CNC machined. They have slightly different appearances. The machined lowers have tooling marks on them. The forged ones do not. They're very smooth like this. This one here is neither. It is, and this is the third category, and this is, it's almost like a pot metal, if you want to call it, but this is a casting. And I don't know much about casting in general, but I got this. This was really cheap. I got it off a gun broker. It was like $35, and I did a little research on it, and I'm not going to mention the guy's name or the seller, but I guess he's decided to. Maybe he has some sort of foundry or some sort of die cast factory, and he's making these. Now, what I read on some of the forums out there, that this has been tried before with minimal success. This guy's made one, or made them, and he's selling, like I said, selling them on gun broker. Some of the things that I've read about that particular seller is that he's not. People have bought some, and a lot of them because they were cheap, and they haven't received them. This one took me quite a few weeks to get, and I had to email him a few times in order to get it. Well, anyway. The thing I really wanted to talk about is the way that this is made, and if you compare it to a standard receiver, the quality in it is the finish. It's got a weird finish to it. It seems kind of porous. If I were to spill something on here, I feel like it would just soak right in and stain it. There's a lot of goofy kind of edges on here that just are just not finished at all, and I shouldn't say finished. It's just through the process of die casting, and you can see like little blemishes in it. The structure of this, what I've read is that it's almost like an accident waiting to happen. The way that it's die cast, the process creates small pockets or areas of weakness within it, and that can lead to possibly a failure of this lower. Not that it has a lot of stresses on it, but can you believe the guy's actually making uppers too out of the same process? And to me, that would be very dangerous. So it's porous. It's got an unusual feel to it. It's got little issues with it, possibly that are under the surface, and I tried to put a buffer tube in it, and the buffer tube didn't. It fit, but it was almost like running two different types of goofy materials together. I don't know. It just didn't sound right. It wasn't smooth, and maybe it is because of the tooling. I noticed on here, there's just not any of that finishing. And then you can see that. And I guess this is more the front pivot pin. As you can see, it's on my DPMS. It's a little thicker. I'm assuming that this is more retro to the a retro kind of look to it. Not retro look, but you know what I mean. Like one of the previous AR designs was a lot more thinner in here. So anyway, so I would say I'm not gonna mill this. I think it's made poorly, and I'm just not going to waste my time on it. And I don't know enough about the material in here. This is made out of 380, which is an alloy composite of aluminum, and like I said, these are 775 aluminum. So just a quick video. I'm sure if the guy catches wind that I've made this video, he's probably gonna comment all over it. But like I said, guys, stay away from this. I don't trust it. And so if you see them on Gunbroker and you think it's a good deal, it's not.